Hello friends and welcome to my channel. Today our topic is the mechanism of the respiration. So first what is the respiration? Respiration is a process by which we can inhalation of the oxygen from the atmosphere to the lungs and exhalation of the carbon dioxide from the lungs to the atmosphere. Okay, so this is the respiration, and in the mechanism of respiration there is a 4 points are included. First is a breathing. In the breathing there is a 2 point, inspiration and expiration, means inhalation and exhalation. Second is the exchange of gases. Exchange of gases done in the two part, external respiration and internal respiration. Third one is a factor affecting breathing, means which factor are affect the breathing process. Airways resistance, alveolar surface tension, lung compliance, intrinsic and extrinsic factor. And last one is the transport of the gases. So first point is a breathing. So what is a breathing? That is inspiration and expiration. Okay, so why breathing is important in our body? To produce the ATP, the breathing is very important for the body, and every cell a mechanism or a reaction going to be done, that is a glucose plus oxygen and made with the ATP and carbon dioxide. Okay, so every cell, for the existence of every cell, it need oxygen and glucose, and the react glucose with the oxygen and produce the energy in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, and produce one more gas. This is CO2, which is not important in our body, so we exhale from the body. Okay, so that's why breathing is very important for our body. Means why it is important? To produce energy in the form of ATP. Okay, and so first point is the inspiration and expiration. That is the inspiration, that is the expiration. So in the expiration and inspiration, two muscles are involved. First is the intercostal muscles, that is intercostal muscles, and second one is the diaphragm. Two muscles are involved in the breathing. Okay, so first we learn about these muscles. First is the intercostal muscles. So intercostal muscles are the muscles which connect lungs with the ribs. We have 12 pair of ribs and we have two lungs. So the 12 pair of ribs or 24 ribs surrounded cover the lungs. Okay, so the lungs and ribs are attached with the pleura, and this pleura attached with the intercostal muscles. There is a two intercostal muscles. First is the external intercostal muscles and second one is the internal intercostal muscles. So in the breathing, the both are muscles, external and internal intercostal muscles are involved. Okay, how it will involve, I will tell you. And second one is the diaphragm. What is a diaphragm? Diaphragm, you can say that a muscles which can divide your thoracic part and abdominal part. Okay, this is the diaphragm. This is the diaphragm showing in the orange color. So diaphragm is a muscles which divide thoracic part. This is thoracic part. In this thoracic part, which organs are present? Lungs present, heart present. Okay, and in the abdominal part, there is a stomach, pancreas, and liver, intestine, small intestine, large intestine are present. Okay, so the division going to be done by the diaphragm. Okay, so now first is the inspiration. How the inspiration become going to do? So in the inspiration, the two muscles are involved. So when the external intercostal muscles and the diaphragm become contract, so when they contract, so the volume of the thoracic cavity become increase. So when it increase, so the volume of the lungs become increase, and the volume of the lungs become increase, so the pressure of the air is less than in the lungs compared to the atmosphere. Understand what I am telling? The pressure of the air is less than in the lungs compared to the atmosphere. So this is a basic law, that the air which circulate in the lower pressure to the higher pressure to the lower pressure. So the pressure of the air in the lungs is become going to be just less than from the atmosphere. So air circulate from the atmosphere to the lungs. So with the air, the oxygen enter to the lungs. So this process is called inspiration. We move to the next process, expiration. What is the expiration? When diaphragm and extra intercostal muscle become relaxed. Okay, so they are back to their original position. So when they both external intercostal muscles and diaphragm relaxed, so the chamber of the thoracic cavity become back to their original position, means contract. When it contract, so the volume of the lungs become decreases. When the volume of the lung decreases, so the air of the pressure is going to be higher in the lungs compared to the atmosphere. So so the air become released from the lungs to the atmosphere. So this is called the expiration. Understand? So there is the two process, inspiration and expiration. uh, this mechanism, this is the ribs and this is diaphragm. This is air entering the lungs. Why it entering? Diaphragm become contract, then intercostal muscles become contract, external intercostal muscle become contract. So inspiration, the process of the inspiration going to be done. So air entering in the lungs, the volume of the lungs become increases. And when they both are relaxed, mean external intercostal muscles, diaphragm become relaxed, so the volume of the thoracic cavity become decreases, so air exhale from the lungs, so the expiration going to be done. Okay, so we move to the next topic, that is exchange of the gases. Exchange of the gases means from the atmosphere to the lungs, that is called external expiration, and from the alveoli to the blood capillaries, that is called internal expiration. There is a two type of exchange of gases are present in the body. So basically this is external expiration and this is internal expiration. In the external expiration, the O2 is O2 and CO2, yeah, oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange between atmosphere and the lungs, between atmosphere and the lungs, that is external expiration. Okay, and second one is the internal expiration, internal respiration. Okay, so this is going to be done between blood and the cell, means in the lungs there is so many millions of alveoli are present. So this is the alveoli, this is a cell which have oxygen are present, and this is blood capillaries, this is microvascular and erythrocyte means RBCs. Okay, so this oxygen exchange with the cell and blood, this exchange going to be done in the internal respiration. Okay, and the third topic is the factor affecting breathing. So first is the एयरवेज रेजिस्टेंस मीन्स जस्ट इनिबिटेट, मीन्स किसी भी चीज़ को रोकना, दैट इज कॉल्ड एयरवेज रेजिस्टेंस. सो एयरवेज, व्हाट इज एयरवेज रेजिस्टेंस? दिस इज इंक्लूडेड द ऑल द योर रेस्पिरेटरी पाइप. Okay, so it is the resistance of the respiratory tract to airflow during inhalation and exhalation. Okay, so in the rate of the airflow is depend upon the airways resistance and pressure between alveoli and atmosphere. Understand? So during the inspiration, wall of the bronchioles are pulled, so airways resistance become decreases, and in the expiration, wall of the bronchiole decreases, so the airways resistance become increases. Okay, and any obstruction or contraction means to block and to become narrow of the airways result airways resistance increases. So the respiratory disorder like you heard that asthma and chronic bronchitis occurs because of airways resistance, means airways tract become blocked, so these diseases are occurs. Okay, second point is the alveolar surface tension. So understand, alveolar surface tension means the surface of the alveoli, means wait, this is the surface of the alveoli, this is the surface tension, alveolar surface tension. So alveolar surface consists alveolar fluid, it consists lipoprotein. Okay, so the force extended by alveolar fluid on the luminous surface of the alveoli referred the surface tension. So the surface tension should be overcome for the expanding the lungs during inspiration or expiration. Understand? Third one is the lung compliance. What is the lung compliance? The force required to expand the lungs and the chest wall is called lungs compliance. So, what involve in the lung compliance? The diaphragm and the intercostal muscles. Okay. So, if the lungs expand easily, so this is the higher compliance, then the surface tension decreases, so the lungs are healthy. And if lungs compliance decreases, so the diseases occur like pulmonary disease. And last one is the intrinsic and extrinsic factor. So in the intrinsic, this one intrinsic, allergy reaction or infection going to be done by the tongue. This is intrinsic factor affecting the pulmonary ventilation. Okay. And second one is the external extrinsic factor. It include trauma or any obstruction by the foreign body. Okay. So this is all about the factors affecting breathing or factors affecting pulmonary ventilation. Now last one is the transport of the gases in the blood. So means gases are transported between the blood capillaries and the alveoli. This is the transport of the gases between the blood and the alveoli. So this is all about the mechanisms of the respiration. Okay, thank you for watching.